You've had just about every great guitar player in the world come through your factory, haven't you?
Well, a lot of them, yes.
Well, I mean, the vast majority of them. I mean,
Yes.
from Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck and Pete Townsend to Slash.
All of them, yes.
Yeah. Why do they use your amplifiers?
Because they love them, they love the reliability.
But it is the fact that all they've got is a wall of Marshalls.
Absolutely, yes.
Like the Darkness, that's the latest band.
That's
around
right,
there.
yes. We have a new poster for those, and it's going like mad, the poster.
So when guitar players come to you, because we're talking about your first amplifier was sold in 63, but by
62.
62.
Yeah.
But by 66, everyone was using them. I mean, Jimi Hendrix exploded on the scene in 66, 67.
That's right, yes.
And it was with Marshalls. That's all he ever played.
Well, he was playing at Ronnie Scott's, you see, in Soho. And the group on before him just had Marshall on stage. At that time, Jimmy actually was on Fender. But he said to Mitch, he said, I'll use these. And then he couldn't get over it. So he said, I must meet this chap who's got my name as well, James Marshall.
Marshall Hendrix, yeah.
So Mitch brought him to my shop.
Because Mitch was your drum pupil, wasn't he?
That's right.
I think that he was the spark for Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy never sounded as alive as when he was playing with Mitch, I thought.
That's right.
So Mitch brought him along. So you met Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, yes. Mitch brought him to my shop in Hanwell. And this tall, lanky American said, I've just got to have this Marshall stuff. I thought, oh, Christ, another one. Wanting something for nothing.
Yeah.
But virtually his next breath, he said, I don't want anything given to me. I want to pay the going price. So he bought 3 stacks there and then. Then afterwards, he increased that because he had 4 complete stage setups. So he would not have to travel with them too far wherever he was in the world. So they were in various places.
It's the history of rock music. You can date it from the first amplifier you sold, I would have thought.
Absolutely, yes.
Because before that, music didn't sound as it did afterwards. There was a moment, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
Would you say that it was Pete Townsend that really started it off?
Oh yes, Pete, mainly because he was a name there and then. And
But didn't he used to keep smashing them in, though?
no, it was not as bad as everybody thought. I used to play with his father. His father was a good saxophonist.
Yeah, that's right.
And, with the Squadronaires and all that sort of thing. But we thought the kid had gone stark raving mad. But all he did was rip the speaker fret. And that's all we had to change every time. He didn't go through speakers or anything like that.
No?
No. And the Rickenbackers that he used to smash, that was a very funny one because the first 2 were genuine. He smashed them. Then he brought them to me. He said, could you glue these together for me to make them look right? He said, so that I'm playing and I can quickly swap and break one of those that you put together for me. And that's what we did.
Oh dear! So it was all showbiz then.
It was not. It was just a new form of showbiz. But to Cliff, his dad, and me, we thought the kid had gone stark raving.
But you're 80 now, Jim. Are you ever going to retire?
I don't know what I should feel like at 80, but I do not feel any different.
No.
I think the main thing with the entertainment industry is when you get up on stage, the adrenaline starts flowing and you still feel young. You're trying to do your best all the time as an entertainer.
Yeah.
And I think this is what keeps you young. I think if you stop working, that is the time when you're heading for the what they call the roundup,
Yeah, I guess so. And you're a 10-hour-a-day man, aren't you?
Yes, I still work 10 hours a day, start around about 6:30 every morning.
Unbelievable. Jim, I wish you all power. You have done nothing but crank up my life, both as a musician and as a listener. The sound that your amplifiers produce have given the soundtrack to multi-millions of people's lives. And the joy that you brought them and the fun that you've given them is incalculable. And
the pleasure that it's given me. In year 2000, the American Music Press called me the innovator of the century for music.
Unquestionable.
And then I got the doctorate at Five Towns College on Long Island. And everybody said, well, when are they going to give you a knighthood? And I said, well, you know, maybe one day. But they've given me the OBE. And this year, the Water Rats gave me the Badge of Merit. And in the 114 years of the Water Rats, there's only been about 7 or 8 given in the 114 years.
Jim, you deserve it. Oh, it's a long way from the Battle of Britain Club in Uxbridge, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. To me, I've had a great life. I wouldn't change the life at all. I'm quite happy that I feel so young at 80. I don't know what I should feel like at 80, but I feel young. And I think it's all down to music.
Oh, certainly. Music is the best.
And performing.
It's an unquantifiable joy. I mean, the sound that comes through the air. Because the interesting thing about Marshall amps is that you plug a guitar into it, someone whacks a chord, you can't see it, but you can feel it in your soul.
Yeah.
And you feel it in the air. It's a marvellous thing. Jim, it has been absolutely marvellous. And all power to you. And here's to the next 80 years. You've got a legacy here that will never, ever die. I mean, this is the thing. It's like Marshall amplifiers. While there is life on Earth, there'll be people playing through a Marshall amplifier. Of that, there is no doubt. And it has created the greatest music of the last 42 years, unquestionably. Jim Marshall, OBE, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.